Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the What's the Vibe podcast, where we ponder the question, what's the vibe? Because the vibe is different every time. Today is a fun little Shazam that we got going on. We have a special guest in the house. It's John Cena. It's Miss Grace. It's Miss Grace. She's up in the house. Let's do a celebrity shot cam. Yup. She's in the hot seat today. Grace is one of my best friends. We have already recorded an episode, but we didn't use it. There were way too many interruptions.
Yeah, there's too much going on.
There's a lot going on. But this time, this is round 2, and this one will actually make it. This one's kind of cool because we're actually recording this a few days before it's actually going to come out. This is the first time I've ever done that where it's like, it's going to come out like right after we record it. And normally I'm like recording things ahead of time. I have a deep dive episode that's like 3 hours long that was supposed to come out before the last episode, but girl, it is so much to edit. We'll get to it eventually. But yeah, so I'm just getting like the initial reactions. If you heard the last episode, JoJo Siwa needs to be stopped because she does.
Put her down.
Let's put her down. Let's go ahead and do that. That episode was cool. It became my most popular episode, like almost like within the first day, which was really cool. People liked me being alone, but I don't like being alone. So we have Grace today, and we're going to talk about Coachella. But before we get into that, let's just talk about what's going on right now. There's a bit of a life update, I guess, that I want to give everybody. If you've been watching, you know that I've always hated my job. I don't know, maybe I haven't mentioned that, but I hated my job, and I just got a new one. So, whoop, whoop, whoop. Yes, I am still employed, surprisingly. And this job, I'm not going to go too much detail what it is, but just know that I'm doing much better, and it's a lot more fun. It's just better energy. I feel like I'm just kind of slowly progressing in this new phase of life that I'm in. I've been at my last job for almost 5 years, so it's like, time to move on.
Too long.
It was 5 years too long. That's for damn sure. But yeah, I'm happy where I'm at right now. I've got a lot of exciting things coming up. I just finished this semester of school. Grace, you're finishing this week.
Woo-hoo.
We got a lot going on. I'm almost graduated. I've till December.
You got this. You're
Yeah.
so close.
We're so close, yet
So
so far.
Hold
But
on.
But yeah, I'm excited. This is a good chapter. Obviously, I'm still single as a Pringle, so that chapter is yet to come. But yeah, it's just like a fun vibe right now. Summer is upon us. I'm really excited for summer. Hot girl summer, that's for sure. I mean, I'm definitely outside this summer. I'll tell you that much. It's kind of like I know it's Gemini season now, right?
It is Gemini season.
Yeah, so I think it's like such like a slutty season.
Yeah.
Like I've been such in my like slut era
As you
right
should.
now. I'm just kind of slutty, for lack of better words.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing.
Mhm.
I mean, we just like to hoe down every once in a while. What did Miley say? The hoe down, throw down. That was true.
Hold down.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be hoeing it down and throwing it down. That's I'll tell you that much. But yeah, so that's my little tiny life update. I'm working on music right now, which is so exciting. I'm gonna go to the studio next month. We're going to work on some smashes because we've got some really cool stuff in the works. But I just found out my engineer's moving to Nashville in August. I was like, bitch, no, you need to stay here. He's super awesome. His name is Ethan. Shout out to him. He does his own music as well. I haven't worked with him in a really long time just because I haven't been working on music, just more so focusing on the podcast and obviously school and work. But I'm excited to get back into it. We don't know what our exchange is going to look like because obviously he's going to be over there and I'm going to be over here. I don't know, but just know that music is in the works. I have no idea when it's going to come out. Don't even ask me because I don't know. I just know it's good. That's all I know. I also think it's really funny that we were talking about this earlier, that life just loves to throw these very crazy situations into my hands. And I'm just like, bitch, why does this keep happening?
And it only happens to Roy.
It only happens to me. My new job, if you guys have been paying attention to the podcast, which you should.
Keep up.
There's the Fake Friends episode, which is like the first like real episode. Maddie and I talk about our ex-best friend that we fell out with. and her fucking husband works with me.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck? What is that?
And Roy always runs into people from his past.
I always run it, and not even just people from my past, people that I
No.
have a crazy past
Yeah.
with. And I'm not going to get into too much detail about this, but I also go to school regularly with a girl that her man cheated on her with me with. We're not getting into that, but I see her almost every day.
That's crazy.
And did I tell you this? I ran into her at the gas station not that long ago.
Also?
Literally, like, because we live, I go to school about 45 minutes to an hour away from where I live, and she goes there too.
Mhm. It's like, what are the odds that she would also go there?
Yeah,
At the
it's
same time,
already
in the same class.
right, and we're in the same major program,
Yeah.
of course. We're both writers, and so we've had multiple classes together,
Mhm.
and that's just really fucking awkward. But and then the other, like, literally not that long ago, like 2 months ago, I, like, right before school too, like, I pull up to my regular 7-Eleven that I always go to. Shout out to them because they love me over there. And I go to my same number spot. Always go to the gas pump number 6, and I look over on gas pump number 5, and it's fucking her.
Jeez.
We're on the same pump, just on
The
each
different
side. I literally laughed out loud.
Did you give her a little wave?
No. I should have.
Hey.
Little hey queen, hey girl boss. How you doing? How are the kids? But yeah, no, I just think it's so crazy that life just loves to do this.
Yeah.
It's just, oh, you thought you were done with them?
And here they are again.
You think you the shit, bitch? You're not even
You're not
the
even
fart.
the fart.
You not.
Mm-mm.
And I'm really not. I'm not even the fart. But
Bitch, you are the fart.
I mean,
No, you're the shit.
at least the fart.
Yeah. No,
Maybe
you're
the shit.
I
Shit.
believe in
Did I fart before I shit?
you. That's how you know it was a good shit.
Let's Welcome to What's the Vibe. Today's vibe is shit and fart. But yeah, so that's just crazy. That's like life right now. How are you doing, Grace?
I'm doing good. Same
Yeah.
thing. Wrapping up with school. About to be summertime.
Summertime and the living's easy.
I can't sing, so I'll leave that up to you.
It's okay. Yeah, neither can half the people in the world, but they still apparently like
Oh.
to follow music careers. Anyway, speaking about music, let's talk about what's going on. I know I mentioned this in another episode. This year is crazy with music. Like, we've got a lot of people coming out this year. A lot of people that have already come out, like, not out of the closet, but like in the
New
music.
songs.
Of course, I mean, the top of the year, we had Kali Uchis. Of course, my album of the year came out this year, Eternal Sunshine, Ariana Grande. And honestly, I'm still spinning that shit like crazy. Like, even with all these new releases, I always am coming back to Eternal Sunshine. My Cowboy Carter, I still listen to a few of the songs, but it doesn't really hold as much replay value as Renaissance for me. I love Renaissance. Billie Eilish just released her album.
Woohoo.
I do like me some Billie. I liked the album. I didn't love the album, but I did really like it.
Mhm.
I think that it's cool to see her do something short. I
Yeah.
love a short 10 track album, and I think it's interesting. I think she's gonna come out with a double album. I think there's anher one.
Back to
I think she's
back?
got one in the chamber.
I wouldn't be surprised. Her and Phineas be writing a ton. of
Yeah.
music. Yeah.
And if you listen on the last song, after the song ends, she says, "So when can we hear the next one?" or something like that.
Oh, a little
And so I'm like,
moment.
oh, so is there another one? Because there's been a double album theory for a little bit.
Uh-huh.
So I'd be excited
Yeah.
to get into that. I love an era, like
Yeah.
where they, and this one's different because Billie didn't release any songs prior.
Yeah.
She just did the whole album. Like,
There's
this
no
is, you're going to
previews,
get
yeah.
everything all at once. And I do think that's really cool. It's also really hard to do that as an artist. Like, not a lot of people can do
Especially
that.
not having anybody leak like at least one song before the whole thing comes out.
Right.
Too.
I mean, Beyonce does that because she's Beyonce. She could do that. Ariana put out one song and she was like, nope, the rest of it is with the album. And her fans were like, no. And I was like, no, trust me.
Yeah,
Like, it'll be good. Especially when albums aren't that long. If it's only like 10, 13, 12 songs, like, yeah, just give us one single or no single. Just give the whole thing. Let the art speak for itself. I
Let
think
them
that's
cook.
really nice. Yeah, let them cook. Let them bake. Let them bop it, twist it, shout
Yeah.
it, whatever you want to do. But yeah, I really like it. I still haven't listened to Taylor Swift's album. I know I said I would. I haven't listened to it.
I'm booing Taylor
it's
Swift.
It's too fucking long. It's 31 songs.
31 songs that sound the same.
Probably. Yeah, I'm not a Swiftie, and I'm sorry. Well, I'm not really that sorry, but I'm always going to hear her out though. Like for me, like I'm always like, especially when it comes to like the main pop girls, like I'm always going to give them a listen. So I'll listen to it eventually, but I'm not going to listen to the full. There's the Tortured Poets Department. That's the album. And it's like, I think it's like 15 songs, give or take, around there.
I would have no clue.
And then there's the Tortured Poets Department, the anthology, which is
like 2 at once, right?
So now, and that's the second half of the album, and that makes 31 songs. I'm definitely gonna only listen to the original version first because I'm gonna be real. I do not have the attention span for her for that long.
Yeah.
I could do a Beyonce 30 albums. Well, I could do that
well,
too.
I could do that,
Yeah. I could do Beyonce 30 tracks because, you know,
30
I
hours
love
straight.
her. So it's like, obviously I'm gonna listen to that shit. I'm gonna put 2 hours aside. But
Yeah.
I'm so sorry I'm not gonna put 2 hours aside for Taylor Swift. I'll do an hour at a time. Still haven't listened to it. I'll get to it. But we got Dua Lipa just put out an album.
Dua Lipa.
I thought it was okay. You know, it's growing on me. At first I was like kind of underwhelmed. It's fun. Not a huge variety in songs, but I do think what I appreciate about it is it kind of sounds like her first album and her second album like had a baby together, and then just like it's like her but also new and fresh. I love the Tame Impala instrumental on this record. He produced pretty much the whole record. Kevin, what's his name? It's Kevin.
I can't remember his last name.
Yeah. Kevin.
I love Tame Impala.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah.
So, and I just love. What sucks though is I feel like the best song was the first single, Houdini, because
I haven't heard it.
that song, the production,
Chef's kiss.
I be eating that shit up. It's so good. Like, I love that song.
I'll have
Catch
to
me,
listen.
oh, we go Houdini, and it sucks. I hate like whenever a single, especially the first single. I hate when the first single is the best song off the album.
Yeah, then it's just downhill.
Or just like a single in general, unless they make it a single later, like that's fine. But like, I hate when it's like that's the best song because it's like, I feel like when you put out singles, like these are just like the fun songs that are appealing to the radio. They could still be really fucking good, of course, but then there's a lot of hidden gems on the album as well that you have very much to look forward to. And this album wasn't really like that. I felt like the best songs were kind of the ones that were put out as singles because we had Houdini, we got Training Season, and then we got Illusion. Those are all really fun songs. They're also more so like the standout tracks. There's a couple others that I like, but other than that, it's kind of flying under the radar for me. Might not make my top 10 of the year, but it's not terrible. It's not a bad album, that's for sure. We got Camila Cabello coming out soon. She just put out He Knows with Lil Nas X. I'm living for this era. I know a lot of people are hating her right now. But you know me, I'm always going to root for the underdog, and I really love Camila's new era. She's kind of giving this like early 2000s club vibe, and I am here for it. I love the blonde hair.
I know she looks so different.
She has her first single, I love it, I love it, I love it. And at first I was like, I don't love it. But now I'm like, I kind of love it.
Yeah.
Playboy Cardi, I still don't love him on that
don't
song.
Like Playboy Cardi?
I like him, just that song.
Yeah.
He has a moment where he literally goes, told you, how about it? I was like, what the fuck are you saying? Like, are we not enunciating? But I know that they like to be silly and goofy. They're just silly, goofy girls. That one's growing on me, at least that verse.
Cardi, though.
But I like the song with Lil Nas X. So I'm excited for her album. You know, I have always listened to Camila, so I will always give her a shot. I'm excited for that. And she was Lana Del Rey's special guest Coachella weekend too, which I will talk about. But that was cool. I mean, especially because I like her. Yeah. And I've never seen her live. So that was cool.
And Billy's weekend one was crazy.
Oh my God. See, that would have been crazy. I'm glad I've already at least seen Billie Eilish live.
Yeah. Oh, you have?
In actually 2019 Coachella.
Oh.
That was really fucking cool. I
Yeah.
loved seeing her live. The crowds always go so hard for her. It's so fun. But I would have loved to see Lana and Billy.
The videos were crazy.
Crazy.
Ocean Eyes.
I know.
Lana Del Rey and Billie Eilish.
I know. They need to do a song together, like officially.
They should. I'm
I think
surprised
they
haven't
will.
already.
I think they will,
Mhm.
because they love each other.
Yeah.
Charlie XCX, her new album's coming out soon. Brat. I love the new. Have you seen the new music video for 360?
No.
So she has Julia Fox in it. She has. Do you know Rachel Sano?
No.
She's like an up and coming actress who's like incredibly funny.
Okay.
She went viral for doing a TikTok where she was like, "Come to LA, everyone." She's like, everyone has a eating disorder or something like that. It was just like this funny video.
Yeah.
And now she's like really skyrocketing, and I love her.
Good for
Love
her.
Rachel
Yeah.
Sano. Yeah, Charlie's album's gonna be fun. I'm going to see Charlie XCX and Troye Sivan on the Sweat Tour. I'm so
That's gonna be
excited for
iconic.
that. That's so iconic. I love Troye Sivan was actually my first concert. Did you know that?
Really?
I love Troye Sivan. People tell me sometimes now it's happened multiple times, so
Yeah.
I know I'm not delusional that I look like
You
Troye
kinda do
Sivan.
look like Troye Sivan.
I don't think so, but I definitely take the compliment for sure. I think it's just like that pretty boy face that people kind of just
Yeah, a little bit more
pick up
feminine.
from both of us. Yeah. It's like a very androgynous look. So I love Troye Sivan. I will always take that as a compliment.
Mhm.
So appreciate that. And last person I want to talk about is Normani. Normani's finally putting out the album. Yay. Still no music videos.
Waiting.
She put out one song and there's no video. And it's coming out in less than a month. And we have nothing else about the album. We got an album teaser video yesterday. And it was very, very high production. Loved it. Looked amazing. She like sang a little bit of this song that just came out and a new song that's coming out. Nobody knows when. She didn't announce a date. She just said, "Hey, we have another song coming. I'm not going to tell you when, though. It's maybe before the album.
Yeah, could
maybe
be
when the
tomorrow.
album drops. I'm not really sure. I think the album comes out June 14th, I believe,
Okay, a couple
somewhere around
weeks.
there. I'm really excited for that album because I've been waiting for an album from Normani forever. But we'll see. I'm excited. I'm not gonna get my hopes up, but I'm also not. My expectations are not at the floor. I do have expectations for her. Let's move on to a couple movies. Let's talk about Challengers. I finally
Dun,
just
dun,
saw
dun.
Challengers. Grace saw it without me because she's
Sorry,
a
I'm
snake.
sorry.
We
I
were
was
supposed to
gonna
see
see
it
it with you.
together, and then some other hoes decided that they wanted to see it with her first.
But it was fun.
It is whatever. But no, I did. I loved the movie. I know you said you were disappointed about a couple things, so let's talk about that.
Okay. To be honest, I think I had really high standards for the movie.
Yeah.
Because it's Zendaya.
Of course.
And it's like, it was directed by Zendaya? Executive directed?
No, it was produced by
Produced?
Zendaya.
Yeah, right.
The director's Luca I always am gonna fuck up his name, but it's Luca Guadagnino or something like
Okay.
that.
Yeah.
He directed some of my favorite movies. Call Me by Your Name.
Yeah.
Love.
It had
love,
like a
love.
star-studded, like, behind the scenes people and the actors. And
Yeah, and
Yeah.
the thing is about Luca, he always create like a really cool like vibe in the films that he does. Have you seen Call Me by Your Name?
Yeah.
Like the vibe in
Timothée
that film is so
Chalamet.
amazing. Like it's just like romance is in the air, but it's also like this essence of like old classic Italy.
Yeah.
Or is that where they are? France. Not France. He
Somewhere
speaks
European.
French, but they're not French. I'm pretty sure they're in Italy.
Mm.
It's just like gives this like it's an aesthetic
Yeah.
that he does really well. And in this film, Challengers, I feel like he created this like really cool aesthetic of like I loved the score, by
Yeah.
the way. The musical score. It was
Yeah.
very like bouncy and like the score definitely like indicated when there was tension, whether it was on or off
Yeah,
the
throughout
court.
movie.
And at first I didn't know if I was liking the back and forth of like the timeline.
Mhm.
I don't know if there's going to be spoilers, but we might talk about spoilers. So I
Gonna
won't
spoil it
I
all.
won't like spoil like big things,
Yeah.
but I'm going to talk about things in the movie. So just like
Cover your ears.
spoiler alert. But the timeline of going back and forth, because it starts out with the final scene, pretty much.
And
It
then it
starts
ends
out.
with the fun. You know?
Yeah. And they go back to that scene. It's like the last tennis match. They go back and forth between the tennis match and
their history with each
yes.
other.
At first, I didn't know if I liked that, but as it went on, I kind of got the groove of things. I was like, okay, I kind of like this, because then it feels back and forth like a tennis match.
Yeah.
And I was like, I like that.
Yeah. You see, the part I didn't like about the movie was something you said you liked, was the musical score.
You didn't like that?
No, I didn't like.
Interesting.
Well, I liked the song, but then by like the 40th time they went back and forth between doing the song, I was like, okay, pick a new song.
Yeah,
Come on,
it
Zendaya.
did. I was listening to the score the other day. A lot of it is very similar.
Yeah, but I do like how the song like intensified certain moments and stuff like that. But
yeah.
like, just go on to another song.
Yeah.
But I do like the back and forth between, because I like how, I think in a couple interviews too, Zendaya said was like, you need to watch the movie a couple times, because each time you watch the back and forth, you notice a little like tidbit of something else that happened.
I love that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I enjoyed that a lot. I liked the back and forth because it felt like a tennis match.
Yeah.
And I did like the music. But I also think like I have an ear for certain things as well. So it's like when I was listening, especially back to the score, I was like, okay, like it is very similar, but they add things, and that there's little things that are different about each match. So yeah, but I definitely see that the score was very like repetitive, but I liked it.
Yeah.
I liked that it was different from any score I've really heard. Like, you know,
it was definitely very unique.
Very unique. And I think it like accompanied what was going on really well. It like let you know when things were on. And they were so sexy. Like, oh my God. Like,
I really loved the camera work during the matches and
the
stuff.
camera
like when
work
you
was crazy, especially in that last scene where we were in the POV of the fucking tennis ball.
Tennis ball? Yeah.
I'm like, okay. And hearing them going, oh.
Yeah. The tennis grunt.
Fucking the guy, what's his name? Mike Fast Faced is the guy who plays Art, the blondie. That's my like fixation right now. He's my fixation right now. Hyper fixation. I'm
your
like,
white man of the week.
Yeah, I'm like gnawing on the bars of my iron enclosure.
Let him out.
Let me out. I need him. I need Art. I need fucking Mike. Okay. Love him. So sexy. I love the tension between the characters. I just felt like everyone wanted to fuck, but like they only did a handful of times. Yeah. I wanted it to be a little bit more gay, but it definitely was.
It wasn't as gay as I thought it was.
I know. We got the one scene. I think they could have.
Yeah. Well, there was like two clips: the scene of them together, and then literally him just swiping on whatever generic Tinder. Or whatever,
yeah, and he swipes on a boy. I was like, oh, he is a little. I think they could have done something hot in the sauna room too, just to like make their match more intense. But whatever.
Yeah. Sure.
I loved it. So I will revisit that movie.
Out of 5?
I gave it 4 out of 5 stars.
Okay, I gave it 3 out of 3 out of 5.
I just thought they all killed it. I loved it. And then Wicked is coming. I'm so excited for Wicked coming in Thanksgiving. I'm gonna be there opening day. If they have a fucking popcorn bucket, best know that I'm going to grab it.
All of the merch.
I will personally fund the movie to do well in the box office if I need to. I just need Ariana Grande on the screen more. I will force you to watch the next trailer for Wicked. It looks really good. I just needed to shout that out really quick.
The budget for that movie has to be insane.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah.
Okay. I was gonna talk about P. Diddy a little bit, but I don't want to. But just because Grace doesn't know what's going on with P. Diddy.
What's fucking with P. Diddy?
You don't know?
No.
That's insane because there's a big investigation happening right now with him. He was arrested, and I don't think he's currently arrested. His house was raided
for what?
Sex trafficking. For assaulting multiple women. He's having sex with girls, boys, young, old.
Oh no.
Yeah, very, very bad. Very, very bad. He's in a big investigation right now. No. I'm shocked. You're finding out through me.
Yes,
like, that's kind of absurd. Because there was recently.
I don't watch the news.
Well,
my social media is dogs and crochet.
It's pugs and crocheting. A few days ago, a video was put out because it's part of the investigation with his ex Cassie. She is a model
Yeah.
of him abusing her at a hotel, like pretty bad.
No.
And he put out like a statement. I don't want to hear a word he has to fucking say,
No.
but everyone knows it's the same thing. I'm so appalled by my actions. I wish I could
Then
do
why
things
did you do them?
differently. I'm like, bitch, you don't give a fuck
Too
about that
late.
woman, first of all, and you don't give a fuck about women or men,
Mhm.
period. You're just saying this to cover your own ass, which honestly it doesn't, because
No.
everyone sees right through that. I'm not going to go into too much about P. Diddy and Hollywood and creeps and whatever, but just know that that man is not innocent and he will be thrown in the slammer I think next year he will.
Fuck P. Diddy.
Yeah, fuck that man.
Don't fuck P. Diddy.
Don't
Nope.
fuck him. Unless you really, really want to and you're an adult that's consenting, but he's a piece of shit man,
Yeah.
so don't
Don't
do
fuck
it.
him.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Don't do it.
No. But let's get on to today's like actual topic, and that is Coachella.
Woo, woo, woo.
So
I'm
if
so
you,
jealous.
I know, if you paid attention to the last episode, it was before Coachella, so I was like debating, am I gonna go? Like, am I not? Do I go by myself? Am I gonna find friends to go with? Am I gonna sell my ticket? So much. I did not know what to do. I eventually just decided I'm gonna go.
You got
And
it.
I was going to go by myself, but then I ended up finding friends to go with. Shout out to my friend Carolina. Her dad like has a house. Excuse me. Her dad has a, crazy hiccup. Why do I always hiccup. I hiccuped up on the last episode too.
Nervous hiccups.
Just a little vibe. But yeah, so her dad has a house out there. So I was able to find somewhere to stay, like really nice for free. And then I met a new friend, Christine. She's super cool. But before I get into how Coachella went down for me, I need to preface this by saying, Christine and Carolina, I love you two so, so much. And I want to party with you all the time. But there were some things that didn't go as planned, I should say. And I think it has to do with going to Coachella with people who have just maybe not the same priorities as you.
Yeah. It's different when you have different music tastes, different people you want to see.
I mean, we did want to see a lot of the same people, but I think like there are people that go to Coachella for the pictures. There are people that go to Coachella for the vibe, to get drunk and have fun, which is totally fine. And then there are also people that are there for the music.
Die-hard music fans.
I'm a little bit of all of that. Of course, I'm going to take my pictures. I didn't take like a ton, but I definitely took most of my good pictures before going to the festival, because I was like, girl, I don't know about taking pictures around everybody, but yeah, but mostly I'm there for the music. That's like the driving force as to why I even went. Like I went especially for No Doubt, Lana Del Rey. Like I've been wanting to see Lana Del Rey since I was fucking 12 years old. So it's like being able to finally see her was like a dream come true. Of course, I love Doja Cat. I wanted to see her, and I got to see her. I got to see Victoria Monet, which I missed out on her tour, and I'm so happy I got to see her. I had such a good moment with watching her, which I'll get into. But yeah, I gotta get into this because there's a lot of shit. Nothing too crazy happened. I'm not like, I don't really like, I didn't do like drugs. I mean, I hit my pen, but like that's just fucking water to me at this point. But yeah, so let's just get into it. Day one, Coachella. I picked them up and drove us there. I offered to drive because obviously she was providing the place. I was like, girl, of course I'm going to drive us. And we had to make some stops. We had to go pick up their wristbands. We had to go, buy food for the place and stuff like that. And I just was getting a little antsy the whole day because I was like, okay, like we need to get there. It opens at 1. We didn't even get to the house and ready for things until like, I don't know, maybe like 2 to 3. Yeah. 2. And I was like, okay, like we're missing a couple people. It's not like too big of a deal. But I was like, I the first person I need to see is Sabrina Carpenter.
Mhm.
And she's on at 6. And we're like, okay, cool. Let's do that. Like, make that our goal to make sure we're there on time. We didn't.
Oh.
I mean, we barely. Like, so they were taking forever to get ready, which I get, girl. Trust me. I mean, thankfully, I don't do my makeup anymore. I know how to do my hair. I did it that morning. So it was like, I had my outfit ready. So for me, I was like ready very quick. Like, and I'm like ready to start drinking. By the way, every day that I showed up to Coachella, I was like, am I a little too drunk to be doing this? I was like, fuck, I'm kind of faded right now. I do not want to throw up or pass out at Coachella. That'd be a fucking nightmare.
Oh, hell no.
But yeah, so we were getting things ready, and we got there like barely at 6. And I'm like, you guys, we need to fucking hustle up in here. I think we got there like in front of Sabrina at like 6:05,
Okay,
6:08, something like that. So it was like we missed a couple songs, but it wasn't that big of a deal, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I got to see That's That Me Espresso. There's some
so
fucking, that song has crack in it. Everyone is loving it right now. And she's having her moment, which I love. I actually, fun fact, saw Sabrina Carpenter, I think in 2019. And I got to meet her. She was so sweet. We have a picture together. And so it's cool to like see her because I saw her in this little venue. And now like she's doing Coachella, like the main stage of Coachella. Like that's super cool. So it was cool to see that. Yeah, we got to see Feather. When we were showing up, she was performing a song that I really like called Read Your Mind. I wanted to see the whole thing, but I only got like half of it. But other than that, like her show was so cool. I loved the aesthetic of her show. It was so much fun. After that, I was like, okay, Tinashe's starting. Like, we got to get over there. And they're like, no, like, let's go get some beers. I was like, okay, like, let's go get beers on our way to Tinashe. We're in line for beers forever. And I miss it.
Oh,
so I'm already like, fuck, man. That's already like one person I missed that I wanted to see. I've yet to see Tinashe live. I really do want to see her. Maybe soon. Who knows? But I was bummed about that. And then after that, there wasn't anyone that I wanted to see yet. Mm-hmm. I just was like so looking forward to Lana Del Rey. I know Chloe was coming up. I love Chloe. I had seen her last year live. So fun. Great show. And Peso Pluma was playing as well.
Mm-hmm.
They were playing at the same time. And we were all at Peso Pluma. He was starting. I got to see a couple of his songs. And I was just like, all right, like, you know, I got to go see Chloe. Like, I don't fucking know any songs by Peso Pluma, really. So I'm like, you guys stay here. I'll go see Chloe. Christine stays there. Carolina comes with me because Carolina has to go to the bathroom and it's by the stage for Chloe. So blah, 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 blah. I go see Chloe. Super fun. Great show. Love her. Then we meet back up. And I'm like, bitches, we got to get a good spot for Lana Del Rey. And okay. This is the only part of the trip that really, I don't know, rubbed me the wrong way. Or just, I guess, upset me a little bit. We were seeing Lana. If you know, obviously you've been to concerts. When you are especially at a place where there's no chairs, bitch, you're not going to see. No. Especially, I'm 2 feet tall. Shorter. Yeah, I'm not going to see anything. I'm going to see the screen. Occasionally, I'm going to be able to see her through the heads of people. But I get that, right? That's just, it comes with the territory of trying to get closer and closer. Well, you could probably see the whole thing from afar, but bitch, I want to be close. Yeah.
You want to be in the pit. I
do. And we're watching her. I'm excited, ecstatic. I'm loving this moment because I even told them on our way up. I'm like, guys, like, I'm so excited for Lana. Like, I've been waiting over a decade to see her. I got to see my favorite song, West Coast. She brought out Camila Cabello. Loved that. And it was funny because a lot of the people around me, I hear them going, oh, not her. I was like,
it's kind of hard to follow.
She kind of has a hate train right now. Not a lot of people are digging Camila, but I don't care.
I'm not the biggest fan, but
I thought it was cool.
Really care.
I loved it.
Not my music.
And then I love seeing Lana sing that song because that's so different for her. She's like, I love it, I love it, I love it. It's like, okay, Gwen. And then shortly after that, they were like, hey, like, let's go. I was like, oh, like to the back, you guys want to see more? They're like, I can't see, because they were saying that throughout. And I was like, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Like, they're like, we want to go. I was like, oh, to the back? And then they're like, no, we want to go home. And I was like,
no.
huh?
Yeah.
I'm like, this is Lana Del Rey. Do you understand that?
Do you know who this is?
And I'm like,
yeah.
I've been waiting so long to see her. Like,
she was one of the people you're most
excited for. And I'm like, go home. They're like, yeah, our feet hurt. I'm like, yeah, bitch, mine do too. I'm wearing fucking big
Platform
boots,
shoes. Yeah.
platform heels. Like, my feet are definitely hurting more than theirs. I can tell you that much.
Yeah.
I mean, trust me, my feet were hurting bad.
Yeah.
Like, it hurt, but I don't care. Like,
You're
I'm
at
gonna stick it out. What's maybe another hour, if
Yeah.
that. And then they kind of just made us leave. And I just remember walking away
During Lana Del Rey?
during Lana Del Rey. I was so mad.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they really know this, but I was so mad.
Yeah. Well, fair enough. That was one of the people you're most excited to see.
I just
and
remember,
you, like, vocally
and I
made
just,
it known.
and I like wasn't necessarily comfortable like being there by myself, because part of me was like, oh, I'll just meet you back at the house. But it's like, I don't know that. Like, I don't think it's safe to do that, especially like everyone's gonna rush to the pickup after Lana's done. So it's like, I don't know how that was gonna play out, and I just didn't know if I was comfortable just doing that.
Yeah, being
So I was like, ideally, I guess the best situation is for me to go home with them, even though I really, really do not want to. And that totally flipped my mood. I was pretty mad. And I wasn't saying a word. They were like laughing, making jokes, and like I'm just not responding really. And I do feel like they kind of picked up on it a little bit, but like they weren't like, what's wrong or anything. So, because if they did, I would have been like, bitch, you're making me leave during Lana Del Rey.
Yeah.
That's what's fucking wrong. Okay? Like, I was pissed about that. I really was. And Carolina or Christine, if you're listening, I'm over it. It's not a big deal, but it's like, just know in that moment I was pissed. I was just like, someone I've looked up to for so long. I have been wanting to see her for so long, and they just kind of didn't care. And they were just like, we're tired and we want to go home. I'm like, and I get it.
Yeah.
But we already
what
showed
did you
up
come
late.
here to do? You know what I'm saying?
We came here at 6:10.
Yeah.
We've only been here 4 to 5 hours when it's supposed to be kind of like an all-day excursion.
Yeah.
Like, I get it, you're tired, but what else? What did you think was going to happen?
Yeah.
We're at Coachella. It's the desert. It's hot. It's tiring. I'm not sure what else you expected, especially because they've been multiple more times than me. Yeah, that's the one part of the experience that I was like, I didn't like that.
Yeah.
It rubbed me the wrong way. I was getting upset, and I got home, and they were just like, I remember they were like, you're being quiet. I'm like, yep, I definitely am, because if I'm not quiet, I'm gonna be mad.
Yeah.
And
you don't want to regret saying
and
anything,
I just was having this moment with myself. I was just like, look, yes, this sucks. You didn't get to see the full show. I mean, obviously, I got to see some great songs. I loved what I did get to see. Okay. I'm very happy that I got to experience that. But I was like, you need to not let this hinder your experience.
Yeah, 'cause it was only day one.
Remember at the end of the day what you came here to do, and that's to enjoy the music. And so tomorrow, when you wake up, have your mind set on what you're doing. And if you have to go by yourself, you're going to go by yourself.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter. You came here, and especially because day 2 was no doubt. And that's like what I came for. So it was like, nothing is going to ruin this moment for me. I don't care what happens. I don't care who needs to go where. I'm staying planted where I want to go. So day 2, I was just like, you know what? Let's make the best of what we got. They were tired. I get it. Like, if you're tired and you want to go and you feel like you have to go, then go.
Yeah.
But I also just was like, don't feel pressured to go with them. Have the time that, Coachella's a lot of fucking money.
Yeah. You spend a
Make
lot
the
of money
best
to
out
go.
of it. Every time you miss somebody, that lowers the value of your ticket that you bought. So I was like, you know what? Let's do this shit. Get ready on time. And I was telling them to get ready on time. But regardless, I was just saying like, hey, I'm gonna go to these sets. If you want to meet me there, you can. And day 2 comes around. I'm drinking, having a good time, pre-gaming. The first person I want to see is Ray, and she was on at 4, so it's 2 hours earlier than we arrived the day before. And I was ready. They were not. So I said,
Bye.
I'll see you guys there.
Yeah.
I left, and I went, and I was faded.
Yeah.
I got there just in time to go see her. I'm not like a huge fan of her. I mean, I'm a fan of her, but I'm more a fan of her as a vocalist. I think she's an incredible singer, incredible performer. Yeah, I was just interested to see her, so I just really wanted to. She's having a really good year in music right now, so I think that's really cool. Yeah, I was like, just meet me there. You guys they were almost ready, so I was like, oh, they'll probably be there by the time the set's over. It's an hour.
That's good. I'm proud of you for standing up for yourself and doing something that you wanted to do by yourself.
Yeah.
It's good to go do things by yourself, too.
Right.
Yeah.
And like, I've done so many things by myself, so
Yeah.
it's like, at the end of the day, like, it doesn't matter. So I went to go see her, and I texted them. I'm just like, hey, like, are you guys almost here? And it was 5 at this point, and they're like, no, we're still getting ready. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, okay,
No big deal.
good
Yeah.
time to walk around by myself. And I walk to the back. There's this stage called the Do Labs, and that's where they play like house music the entire day. I found out like actually later, after Coachella was well over, that people that area and that stage is very notorious for people getting their phones stolen.
Oh no.
I was like, damn. I wish I would have known. I would have
Yeah.
been, I guess, more careful. But I mean, I was pretty careful the whole time anyway. Like, I didn't really have anything out and about. Like, so.
Oh, good.
Phone was not stolen, but I know a lot of people, they had their phone stolen. But yeah, so I'm like chilling. After that, I went and got some food. I got to see Sublime.
Oh,
That was
fun.
really cool. I love a summertime. And so I loved seeing them. That was iconic. After they were done, I went back to the Do Labs for some more house music. And I had a moment that I want to punch myself in the face for, because I'm so mad I didn't do anything. So I was wearing this shirt. I was wearing the John Cena shirt. People like all day were just like, John Cena.
Dun, 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 dun.
And I was like, yup. And then I see this really cute guy, and he was like to my right at first. And I was just like, oh, he's kind of cute. Like, I'm going to keep my eye on him. It goes by another like 20 minutes. He's like a little bit further down, and then he's now on my left, but he's further away. I'm by myself, so I'm just like vibing. My sunglasses are on. I'm high. I'm drunk. I'm partying. I'm having a good time. And I like know he acknowledges my presence. And then I was like, oh, I know he wants to say something. And he does this thing, and I wish I fucking like almost responded, I guess.
I hope he's listening.
I wish. He tips his sunglasses down at me, and he looks at me, and he's looking at my shirt. And I can tell he was waiting for me to then look at him.
Yeah.
I had my sunglasses on, so I was looking at him, but I did not want it to make it seem that way.
Yeah.
Because at the same time, like, yeah, I do think you're cute, and I want to reciprocate that. But I also want you to come up to me.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go up to you, and I don't want to like make that mistake of like, oh, is he looking at me, and then looks at him, and then tries to do something back, but he was actually doing something to the person behind me.
Yeah. Oh my god, like when somebody waves at you and
and you're just like, hi, and they're like, not you, bitch.
The person behind you.
Yeah. Anyway, and I was just like, oh, like he's looking at me. I'm gonna pretend I don't see him, and I'm just like vibing. I'm just dancing, not looking at him like purposefully. And then I see him point at my shirt, and then he's like telling his friend like, oh my god, like you see his shirt, and then she's looking at him, and then he's like trying to get my attention, and I'm like, I literally like, I don't see anything, because I'm like, bitch, come up to me, because I'm just not gonna do that. Like, I'm just not really that type of person. I don't make the first move like almost in any situation. So it's like, I need you to do that, and he didn't. And I kind of feel like I kind of fumbled it a little bit by not even like acknowledging
Well, he also fumbled it a
him.
little bit.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. He should have
didn't
came
say
up to me.
something.
If you really wanted me, you would have came up to me.
Yeah.
But I did. I should be more receptive, I guess. And I should like put my feelers out there.
That's hard to do.
It's hard,
Yeah.
especially when I'm by myself. Because it's like
You're
maybe if I had
alone.
them with me,
Yeah.
like they were supposed to be, they could have been like, oh, like he's looking at you, and like maybe encouraged me a little bit, or
Yeah.
like we all could have went up, and I'd be like, I like your shirt or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I was by myself and I was faded, so I was like obviously in my own head. So I'm like, bitch, no one look at me.
I'm not here right now.
I literally like did not even look in his direction after that, and I just like I was like, fuck. I felt like shit because then he was just like he gave up. I could
It was
tell.
awkward,
I
yeah.
could tell he just like gave up, and I was just like, bitch, you
come
could have
on.
easily just came up to me.
Yeah.
But whatever. I do wish I was like a bit more outgoing when it comes to those kind of things, but it's like you never know.
True. Yeah.
Like I don't know what type of vibe they're on, if they're trying to do drugs or if they're trying to, I don't know,
Yeah.
if he's trying to fuck in the stall. I'm not really trying to do that either. I don't know what I was really looking for, like in terms of guys at Coachella. There's not a lot of options. There is a lot of options, but there's not a lot of options for me, because while there are this many guys available and ready to fuck, I don't want to do that. So like my sliver of choices comes to like this, because it's like I want a guy who just like wants to chill, buy me drinks, buy me whatever I want, and no, not whatever I want, but like, you know, buy me some stuff, buy me some drinks, and
Hang
dance with
out.
me, like, you know, just a little make out. Duh.
Yeah, a little smooth.
Like, what if we kiss during fucking No Doubt? That's fucking crazy.
You should get that on a shirt.
I know.
What if we kiss during No Doubt?
I think that was my Tinder or my Grindr bio was
Really?
like, what if we kiss during No Doubt? And a lot of people did
funny.
offer, but they weren't my type, so I said no.
Nope.
But yeah, so there was nothing happened romantically for me during Coachella. Boo. Tomato. No one bought me a drink. Actually, that's a lie. Some people did, but they were
I was
girls.
gonna say, I wish.
They were girls. I don't eat cooch.
Yeah. Well, that was nice of them still.
Should I have a phase where I eat coochie?
Oh, just how you feel, Roy. You turning bi on us? Maybe.
Can you grill coochie?
Can you grill coochie?
Yeah.
You don't want like sashimi.
No, if I'm gonna eat some cooch, like I want it to be grilled and Lowry salt on top of it. Some butter and garlic, you know, medium rare.
Okay.
Medium rare puss.
Maybe in Texas, they probably got barbecue coochie.
This ain't Texas. Yeah.
Ain't no hold 'em.
Every time someone says the word Texas, this ain't Texas.
The spirit.
The
of
shoulders go
Beyonce.
up.
Yeah.
Yep.
She possesses you.
Yeah. But yeah, so no cooch, no dick, no things like that at Coachella. But after that, they still fucking weren't there. It was like I was
What
like,
time was it?
where
10
the
p.m.?
No, yeah, literally. So 6 rolls around and they're like, oh, we're here. I'm like, cool.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, there's like a good gap before like the next person I want to see. I think the next person I like actually wanted to see was Ice Spice, and that wasn't until like a bit later, probably like 8 or 9. And they're like, oh, we're here. We're at the beer garden. I'm at the beer garden as well. And I'm like, I don't see you bitches anywhere.
Where at?
And they're like, little did I know, they were actually separated. So it was Carolina, who I've known for years. She's somewhere. I have no idea where she is. And then my other friend, she was Christine. She was at the beer garden. But I finally find her, and she's with a bunch of people I do not know. So I'm like, I'm just gonna keep walking.
Yeah, you're like,
and then I just kind of went
by myself.
Yeah. By the way, everyone, I'm not picking my nose. There's a hair or something. I don't know. It's up my
Ew, Roy's
fucking
picking
nose.
his nose. Ew.
Ew, it's literally bugging me. It's like, ew, get out. There's like a hair up somewhere. I don't
Is your
know.
nose ring stuck on it?
No, there's like a tickle that I feel like right here. It's so annoying. Anyway,
Maybe it's
gross.
like the ghost of John Cena.
The ghost of John Cena.
He is invisible. You can't see him anyway, so.
That's what I've been saying. But yeah, so I just pretend I don't see her. I just keep walking. I'm like, you know what, bitch? I'm going to keep going by myself.
Yeah.
And so I
You're
keep
already
on
rocking
walking.
by yourself.
These
so.
boots were made for walking, honey.
And that's just what you'll do.
And that's for sure. And so I don't even remember what the fuck I did after that. I kind of was just walking around, drinking. I visited like random sets, which is kind of fun to do sometimes, you know. And then I met up with Carolina at Ice Spice.
Okay.
She was there. It was kind of nice to like finally see somebody.
Yeah, that you knew.
And be like, okay, hi. We hung out at Ice Spice. We saw most of the show. But I left early because I wanted to see No Doubt. Let me fucking tell you guys. No Doubt was incredible. It was an amazing experience. I'm so happy I went. Gwen Stefani does not age. That woman looks amazing. The band did amazing. I loved that different times they like showcased different members, and the drummer was at the front, and then the bassist was at the front, and then the guitarist was at the front, and of course Gwen Stefani's at the front. And it's just like, it was so cool. Like I think a lot of people didn't realize how iconic that moment was. I'm like, you guys, these fucking people do not come together very often, and they had a very successful career in the late 90s and early 2000s. Like, they're an iconic band. Like, they have done some fucking smash records, man. And it was such like for me, a musical historical moment. So it was just like so exciting to see them. It was amazing. I met with my friends, and then they wanted to stand in the back, and I was like, that is totally fine. I literally was like, do not expect like me to hang on to you guys. Just so you know, I'm making my way downtown, walking fast, faces fast, and I'm homebound. Okay. And then I meet this girl, which, God, I wish I can remember her name. She was so sweet. Pulls out a blunt. She's just smoking. She's like, we're just chit-chatting. And she was just like, oh, like, are you a fan of No Doubt? I was like, oh, yeah, like, they're the reason I'm here. Like, I'm here because of No Doubt. Like, I wanted to come to see them. She goes, you came here for No Doubt? I was like, yeah. She goes, then you need to get closer. And she goes, come on. And she, like, grabs me, and, like, we're going up even closer, weaving our way through. She was so cool. Like, I got to see them so close. Like, you saw like what I posted?
Were super close.
I was so close to them. It was so crazy. And there was just like a moment. There are sometimes moments that happens during concerts which make them the most magical experience. And it's like when you don't have your phone in your hand, right?
Yeah, you're just listening.
They're playing a really great song that everybody knows. And then sometimes there's this like energy that comes over the crowd and the artist, and they're like sharing this love for this song. And I think it was during Hella Good, where she was like, okay, now everybody jump. And literally no one has their phone in their hands. Everyone's just jumping together, like in unison. And it's just like, she's jumping, like Gwen is jumping, and the band members are jumping. And like, you can like feel this energy. It's like an exchange between all of us. We're all really enjoying this moment where it's just like, this band is doing an incredible job. The song is so fun and catchy. Like, it was just such like a special moment. Like, those are my favorite moments, like during a concert, where it's just like, you forget that everything else that's happening. You're just so zoned in on like the music. It's just so special. And it just was like, this is why I'm here. Yeah. This is literally why I'm here.
People coming together.
It was,
to love music, listen to music together.
Just good music and having a good time. So that was so special. They were like, my friends after that, they're like, we want to go home. I'm like, great. Like, I wasn't going to stick around for Tyler, the Creator. He was going.
You didn't stick around for Tyler, the Creator.
I do love him, but not enough because he didn't start till 11:40.
It was late, yeah.
And
oh, well, you know I would have been there.
Yeah, I maybe if I had friends that were down, then I would have. But he wasn't somebody that I was like, no, guys, we have to stay for him.
Yeah, he's not your fave.
He's not my favorite person. I do really like him. If he played earlier, best know I'm there. But like,
Plus you go to bed early. So.
Yeah, and like we were tired, so I was like, you know what? Yeah, let's call it a night. Like, we'll watch him on the live stream. It was cool. And we were well rested for the next day. There was no, it was easy for us to get home. Last day, Coachella, day 3. Interesting. It's kind of a combo of what happened in day 1 and day 2.
Some good and some bad.
Yeah. So it's like we're getting ready. We're having a good time, turning up beforehand. And we end up wanting to, I wanted to see this girl group called Flow. They're kind of the it girls right now. They're up and coming. But they were on at 3. So I was like, I'll try to make that work, but it won't be the end of the world if I don't. So, spoiler alert, didn't fucking make it there. And we ended up meeting up with other friends that I was meeting for the first time. They were just friends of my friends.
Okay.
And they were cool. Like, it was nice to have, like, a big group. It's, like, kind of a cool vibe. And, like, that's, like, originally what I would have loved to do is, like, a big group of people just to enjoy music and, you know, go around the day with. But we definitely ran behind. It's like we didn't get there till, like, 6 something again.
Dang.
We got there at 6, I think, is when we, like, finally got through the gates and we're on the fairgrounds. And I just was like, damn, like, that is kind of, like, already a waste of, like, so many hours. But I was just like, you know what? Whatever. You know,
saw the people you really
you're here, like, just see the people you want to see and stand your ground and be good at what you want to do. We grab some beers. We're having a good time. We get in line and they're, like, getting in line to go into, like, a tent, like a music tent. And I guess, like, one of the guys, one of his, I think his sister was there. And Victoria Monet was about to go on. And I was like, okay, well, you guys have so much fun in the tent. I'm going to go see Victoria Monet. So I ditch all 4 of them. I literally, it's like, all of, like, the really good Coachella memories I have are by myself.
By yourself, yeah.
And I love that because at the same time, while it is kind of disappointing that, like, you can't always get a group of people to be on the same page as you, I find a lot of solace in that I can do so many of these things alone.
Yeah.
Because that was something I was scared of in the first place. I was like, well, if I go to Coachella by myself, like, is it going to be a good time? And, like, that kind of just, like, confirmed to me, like, you are the good time. Yeah. Like, your experience is what you make of it. And I just was like, okay, like, you can do this. You can be on your own. I've done way crazier things on my own. Bitch, I went to Europe
by yourself.
Twice by myself. So it's like, I'm glad that at the end of the day, like, I have enough self-love that I can just be good with myself and experiences like this that are more so meant for social interaction, even though I'm not doing that. Like, I'm able to find my own rhythm and find my own time and have a good time.
Yeah, and it's kind of nice when you're by yourself. You can do whatever you want.
You don't have
to worry about everybody else. Like,
you worry about your own schedule.
No, it's just up to you.
Yeah. So I got some popcorn chicken and I got into Victoria Monet.
Yeah.
It did slap.
It probably was also like $30 at Coachella.
It was. Yeah. And then I got to Victoria Monet and, like, it was so worth it. I got such a nice spot, like, in the middle. I wasn't, like, front, but I was, like, you know, in, like, the middle front. Like, I was pretty close. I had a really good spot. And I just had, like, another one of those, you know, like, the moment I was just talking about with No Doubt. Like, I had one of those moments again where it was like, God, the music is so fucking good. And, like, everyone's vibing. She did a phenomenal job. She should have been the main stage, to be honest. But, God, she did incredible. And I think if it wasn't for, like, how, like, special the No Doubt was for the circumstance, I would have said, like, Victoria Monet was my favorite performance I went to. But they're, like, neck and neck because it was so special. Everyone needs to get on Victoria Monet. She's an incredible artist. But yeah, after that, I met up with them again, and 2 of them are on shrooms. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
I'm like, I didn't know we were gonna do a trip. I definitely was not gonna do that because I just
you would be trip sitting somebody.
Yeah, and I just was like, I'm also not gonna trip sit. I'm like, girl, we got more sets to go to.
Yeah.
So they're tripping on shrooms. We wanted to go to Thames. We also wanted to go to who was that? Who was the other there was another, like, person on the main stage. I was what was his name? I don't know. Either way, we were trying to see multiple people, but we didn't end up seeing them because they were tripping. And so we were like, why don't we go on the Ferris wheel?
Yeah.
I'm like, okay. In my head, I'm thinking, bringing two people that are on shrooms on a
On a
Ferris
Ferris
wheel
wheel.
maybe not the best idea.
Yeah.
But fuck it. Let's do
Why
it.
not? We ball.
We all buy our tickets to go on the Ferris wheel.
Did you pay to go on it too?
Yeah, you have to pay to go on it, which is dumb.
Yeah.
And so I'm with. Remember, the only person I actually know is Carolina.
Yeah.
The other people I've either met that day or 2 days prior.
Yeah.
And Carolina ditches us to go with one of the guys on the Ferris wheel. And I'm with these people that I just met.
Don't know. Yeah.
And I'm like getting this vibe that they want to like kind of be alone too. So I'm like hella third wheeling.
Yeah.
And
it was only you and two other people.
Right. And so
Oh,
it's
yeah.
so I'm with them and I'm like, oh, okay, this is fine.
Yeah. Just awkwardly sit there while
Yeah,
you're on the whole Ferris wheel
like
ride.
he obviously clearly kind of wants to like kiss her or whatever, and
Yeah.
I'm just like their child that they are forced to babysit, and I'm like, I literally like it was cool to see
Yeah.
it. He's on shrooms, like saying, he's like, wouldn't it be crazy if we just died right now? I'm like,
Oh.
this is not what you should be thinking about when you're on shrooms. And I literally
having an existential crisis.
this was
on
so
this Ferris
backhanded
wheel.
of me to say, but I said, trust me, you guys, when I say the universe will not let me die next to you two. That's what I said.
Like, please.
And I'm like, trust me, I'm not even worried about us dying because there's no way that the universe will do me like that.
Yeah.
Like, and he said, so you think we're ugly? I was like, no.
No. That's not
I was
what
just
I
like,
said.
I don't, like, I'm not dying with you guys. I promise. Don't
Yeah.
worry. You're chilling. And so we go around and I just was like, God, I can't wait to dish them.
Yeah.
And I hate to like
Yeah.
think that way, but it's just like, I was just like, I can't wait to just do what I want to do.
Yeah.
So we get off and, we go to, I was like, I'm going to go get some merch. Like you guys, they had to go to the bathroom. I was like, go to the bathroom. We'll meet up after that. And she's, my friend Christine, we're good friends now, which is cool.
Yeah.
She's like, okay, but like meet us here right after. I'm like, you got it. I get my merch and I dip. And
Yeah.
I'm like, yep, I'll see you guys later. And so I go to Janae Aiko. Her set's kind of slow, boring, not my vibe. They're all looking for me. I was like, you guys can come if you want. They were also at Janae Aiko, but we were
Okay.
just at different spots.
Yeah.
But I was like, you guys, I'm going to get a really good spot for Doja. Like, she's the last one. I'm going to make it count, you
Yeah.
know?
And you also really wanted to see her.
I really want to see her.
Yeah.
I missed out on her tour, so of course I wanted to go see her. And so I leave Janae to go to Doja. And by the way, I'm wearing a jersey this day, and I have somebody on my shirt that I have no idea who they are. It's my brother's jersey. I asked him, I was like, who is this person? What are some good people that are on the Jets? He gave me the whole rundown. And when people asked me about it, I flinched. I was like, he's
He
like,
plays
who's on your
football.
jersey? I was like, me? I was like, my jersey? He's like, yeah, like who's on it? I was like,
You can read the back.
I don't know. I was like, I literally was like, you caught me. I'm a fake fan.
Yeah.
And the guy was so cute, so I didn't know what to say. I was like,
The woman was too stunned to speak.
the woman was too stunned to speak. I'm like, I know there's a football player on there if
Yeah.
that helps.
It's a Jets jersey.
But yeah, so then I get a good spot for Doja, and I already know what's gonna happen, right? They're already gonna be like, we're gonna leave.
Yeah.
And halfway through, I'm getting calls and texts from them saying, we're leaving. Where are you? Where are you? Come with us. I literally sent a text and I said, you guys can leave. I'm not moving from where I am. Like, I will find my own way home.
Yeah.
And they were like, are you sure? I'm like, I'm
Yes.
positive. Like, I'm literally watching Doja Cat right now. Like,
yeah.
I'm good.
I don't
Like,
want to leave.
I just was like, you guys are really trying to leave during like the headlining stuff. Like, it's crazy to me.
Yeah.
So they all left and they went home.
Dodgers fans.
And I'm here
Unbelievable.
I'm at the festival by myself. After the set was done, also she killed it. It was so fun.
Yeah.
There was a point where
Oh,
she was
cool,
really
yeah.
close to me. I was like, super cool. Love you, Doja. Yeah, after the set was done, I was just kind of having this moment. I was just walking around by myself and I'm like, knowing I'm gonna have to go home soon. And I was just like, dang, like this trip taught me a lot about myself.
Yeah.
And it taught me that I'm good by myself. At the end of the day, like if I don't have anybody, I have
you.
me. And that is something that I find a lot of security in, because I've been to Europe by myself. I've been now to Coachella doing stuff on my own. Like I buy myself to a lot of things. I go to the movies by myself. I go out to eat by myself. And it's just like a lot of people have trouble doing that because they can't sit with themselves.
Yeah.
And for me, that makes me sad for other people.
I agree.
It's just like you can't enjoy your own company. Like and it comes back to this thing. I preach about this all the time about self-love and how important that is. If you love yourself, you will be able to sit there with yourself.
You
It
can do
doesn't fucking
anything.
matter. Me, myself, and my 12 personalities, we are all chilling, okay? I promise you, we have something to talk about. And it's just like, it just reassured me a lot. And like, I was just like, I could do this again. Like, I could do this again completely by myself, and I feel like I'd
You
be
would've been
fine.
Yeah.
And so that was just really cool. I just was having this moment of like sadness, but happiness. It was like sad. I was sad because I'm like, fuck, I do all this shit by myself all the time.
Yeah.
When am I gonna? And I think like a big part of it is like wanting a partner.
Yeah.
Like I want a partner so that I can have somebody to do these things with. If I'm tired of being the only person that flies to Europe by myself. I'm tired of being the only person who's, wanting to go to these new restaurants and all these other things. Like I need somebody who is designated to me,
Yeah, to go with you.
because it's like all my friends have partners, literally all of them.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people just are able to find people to do things with. And I guess have a harder time doing that sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm thankful at the end of the day that I do have myself. So I was just walking around, just being all sentimental like I'm in a fucking movie or something. And then I attempt to find a ride home, and it is chaos.
Oh, God.
Of course, it's the last day of Coachella.
Yeah.
Everyone, the main
leaving.
performer just got finished. So, of course, everyone's trying to go home. And my phone is dying at a rapid rate.
Oh, no.
It's literally at 10%. And I'm like, okay, let's get to the pickup area, request a lift right away.
Yeah.
And I get a lift, and I'm waiting on this lift for, oh my God, like 20 minutes.
Oh, God.
And he cancels the fucking ride, and I'm at 8%.
Yeah.
I'm literally like stranded
Yeah.
at
You're
Coachella.
like, I'm walking back
I'm like,
at this point.
and I'm tired, and it's fucking midnight,
It's
and I'm
late,
like,
yeah.
I can't, like, everyone's waiting for their ride. I got another one. 2 minutes in, they cancel on me. I'm like, fuck, dude.
Yeah.
I like at this point, I was like texting them because they're already back at the house.
Yeah.
I'm like, you guys might have to pick me up. And they're like, I don't think we can, because obviously they're faded too.
Yeah.
So it's like, obviously I can't really expect them to just get up and use my car
come
and
pick you
drive
up.
me.
Yeah.
It was, I was getting kind of scared. I was like, okay, phone is now at 7%. And I still don't have a ride. And then I just paid for like a priority thing. So I just paid extra. It was $50. Fucking whatever.
Damn.
As long as it gets me home, right?
Yeah. You're like, I don't want to be stranded at Coachella with
Yeah.
no phone, no way to get
yeah.
home, no person with me.
Right.
Yeah.
And so and my portable charger wasn't working.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. So there's that. But yeah, so I finally, once you pay for priority, if somebody can't pick you up, you're thrown to the next person that's like closest to you.
Oh, good.
I finally got a ride. I finally get home. I walk through the door, and Carolina is on the fucking floor in the kitchen. There's trash all over it, and she's looking through the trash can.
Oh.
I look at her, and I was just like, I don't want to know.
Did you ever find out?
Yes, this bitch is searching for her Invisalign.
Oh. Ew. Yeah.
She accidentally threw it away, but she actually didn't accidentally threw it away. It was right
good.
behind her
Oh,
on
thank
the
God.
floor, and we didn't know till the next day.
It's clear. How's she gonna see that?
Yeah, I know. Poor girl. She
I'm
had
glad
to
she found
fucking
it.
dissect her fucking Invisalign after that. But that was Coachella.
Okay.
It was crazy.
Mhm.
But I want everyone to know, the people that I went with, especially if you guys are listening. Yes, I had a lot to complain about. Sure.
Yeah.
But that's just like, it narrows down to just having different priorities.
Yeah.
And that's fine. Like, it's fine. I
you
still
still love
had
them.
an
Yeah.
amazing time. Like, with these little nuanced, like, annoying situations, I still had a great time. I got to see No Doubt. That's really like mainly what I was there for. So like, it was incredible. And we had so much fun at the house. Like
Yeah.
every night when we came back, I mean, besides like the first night, I was a little, I was a sourpuss, but
Yeah.
every night when we came back, we were laughing. And then the mornings when we're, turning up
Getting
and
ready.
like getting ready, we're laughing our asses off, creating inside jokes. Like literally, it was so funny. Like it was so fun. Like they are a lot of fun to be around. Like I don't want anyone, especially them, to think that like I feel some type of way,
Yeah.
because I get that things are just not going to go as you plan all the time. So especially like when you don't really discuss necessarily what your priorities are beforehand. I mean, I did a little bit, but still, like,
Yeah. Like
Things
if I
are-
went with you, we have totally different music
Right,
tastes. So I'd be
exactly.
like, hey Roy, I'm just gonna go see this person.
Right.
We'll meet up later. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
and that's
Like,
fine. Like,
yeah.
that's kind of what that is about. Like, you want to see the people you want to see,
Yeah.
and you want to have fun still. You want to turn up. And
Mhm.
I'm not trying to get fucked up. I'm not trying to trip.
No,
I'm not
yeah.
trying to do all that. So, but, like, because I just would get too anxious in a big crowd like
Yeah,
that. There are a
especially if
lot
you're
of
by
fucking people
yourself.
there.
Yeah.
And there are people with babies at Coachella.
I wish I was one of those babies.
I don't, bitch. The dirt and everything that those children are inhaling
Inhaling.
is probably crazy.
But then imagine saying that you were a baby at Coachella.
But imagine getting Coachella cancer.
Oh, well, you know what? I'll probably get cancer anyway.
But
Coachella cancer.
why are
A
you?
different strain
Why do you
of
have a
cancer.
stroller? Like, if you could
Yeah, that's too
afford
much.
Coachella tickets, bitch, you could afford a babysitter.
No, leave your baby at home.
Leave your
baby at
fucking
home.
babies at home.
No.
Anyway,
Maybe I'm just anti-babies.
yeah,
Kick
I'm
'em out.
anti-babies at Coachella for sure,
Yeah. There's just
Um,
places babies shouldn't go.
and that's one of them.
Restaurants, movie theaters,
You know,
airplanes.
world,
Yeah.
anywhere.
Existing. The United States of America.
Yeah, I'm not sure about all that. Maybe we need to cancel babies.
Yeah. Babies have been canceled, I feel like.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, babies shouldn't be at Coachella. But yeah, like I said, we had a lot of fun. So I'm still so happy I went. It was crazy. It was a good time. I think that everyone should go to Coachella at least once. Or like a festival, I kind of like, after I did it, I was like, I want to do this every year.
Yeah.
Like, now that I know that I'm capable of having fun on my own and
It's
being
fun,
good with
yeah.
myself, like, I can do this.
Yeah.
So if the next lineup is good, girl, we're going to do a Coachella recap part 2
Mm-hmm.
and we'll do it again.
I gotta go.
I might want to like car camp. I don't know the situation with that. So, let's figure some shit out. And if it's good, I'm going again.
Yeah. Life is about good experiences.
Yeah.
It's
And it
moments
was,
like those.
it was definitely like a good lesson. So I'm happy I went, and there's that. It could have been better. It could have been worse. Next Coachella, I need people who are down to go set to set, prioritize the music for sure, and I need someone to make out with. Those two
That's
need
not
to
too
happen.
much to ask for.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's not a lot. But hey,
He's single, guys. Come on.
I don't know what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Hey. Okay, so I think that's pretty much it. Do you have any questions, comments, concerns, or good jokes?
Oh, no, not currently right now.
Okay. Anything you want to know about Coachella?
Who was, if you had to pick, who was the best one you saw?
No doubt.
No doubt.
No doubt in
100%.
Victoria Monet.
That's awesome. You know what? I'm just glad you had a great time.
I did, and
Yeah.
I'm glad I went. Even though I said that 6 times already.
Yeah.
All right, so I guess it's time.
Oh, no.
Finish that wrap.
Oh, no. Can I phone a friend? Hello.
phone a
Yeah,
friend?
somebody
It's
rap
crazy.
for me, please.
All right, you guys.
I'll call
Sadly,
in Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah, we can call. Oh, we didn't even talk about the Kendrick and Drake beef,
The beef.
which we're not going to get into.
beef
It's
is
too
deep.
late, but we'll get into it another time. I do
Mhm.
have a celebrity beef episode coming up.
Oh, where you go between celebrity beefs? Or
Yeah.
celebrities you would beef with?
No, well, I'll talk about how I was involved in Scooter Braun versus Taylor Swift. That's to come. We'll talk about that. I was involved. I have an inside scoop about that, so stay tuned. Yeah, so I definitely have a celebrity beef episode coming up.
Okay, I'm
Um,
excited.
But yeah, so let's finish that wrap,
Oh,
okay? I'll start
God.
you off,
Okay,
and if you suck, it's okay.
it's okay.
It's okay.
I know.
I'll
I've
probably
owned
talk
up
about
to it.
puss,
Yeah.
because I'm always going to talk about puss.
Yeah.
Okay?
What is your favorite thing to rap about?
Puss is my favorite thing to rap about. So here we go.
Okay.
I don't even have my first line yet. Nicki Minaj. Pussies good squirt like a water fountain.
What the fuck?
And my titties so big and they look like mountains.
Damn it.
It's okay. You can't even really
Can't
rap
even
with
rap
that.
with mountain.
Okay, I'll
Yeah.
do an easier one because pussy.
Mountain. What words gonna
Mountain
rhyme
and
with that?
fountain. That was pretty much it.
Yeah.
Okay. That was a warm up.
Okay.
Yo.
Oh God.
Yeah. You know, my pussy is pink.
Oh.
You got it.
Pussy's so good it squirts like ink.
Oh. But don't drown. It's just a sink.
Be careful because it's deeper than you think.
Oh, okay. You're eating this up. Okay. If you eat it too fast, it's gone before you blink. You're trying to get an entire sentence in like 3 seconds. That was good. That was good.
Okay.
That was good.
I had to think.
We'll give it that. We won't go too crazy
I'm
into
not
it.
good at rapping.
I know. It's a lot of pressure.
It is, and my brain doesn't work like that.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Not everyone can be a lyricist.
I just can't be as good as you, Roy. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I have a writing degree. It's fine.
And
Whatever.
And I have an aviation degree. What am I going to do with that?
Rap.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you guys so much for tuning in to this Coachella recap. If you are listening on Spotify, give me a favorite, give me a rating, 5 stars. Of course, if you want to give it less, then don't even think about it. We are on Apple Podcasts now. So if you want to listen on Apple Podcasts, go there too. Of course, YouTube. We're doing videos still for now. So keep staying tuned, subscribe, like, all that fucking good shit. Okay. We will be back in a couple Sundays. So thank you so much for listening. We love you.
Mwah.
Bye.